Alright, hey everyone, welcome to Age of Empires 2 HD Edition. Today I have a special game for you, and before I start commentating for realsies, I want to talk about some things. First of all, if you're from Spirit of the Lost channel, thank you for subscribing. He gave me a shout out in his most recent commentary, and that was pretty nice of him. Now, I would upload the video of the game I played with him, but unfortunately I dropped, and also, I'd pretty much just reiterate what he said. So, yeah. If you want to watch the video, go to his channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Which, I mean, that'd be kind of weird if you haven't subscribed already, because, you know, I'd say most of my fan base is also his. So, yeah. But, again, if you haven't, go subscribe there. Watch the video. It's pretty interesting. There's a zombie apocalypse. There's Eagle Warriors getting wasted GTA style. It's pretty cool. Anyways, second thing. Sorry if this video looks a little bit dubious in quality, because like especially on the words right there, like especially with the Age of Empires 2 font, you know, because I am recording on half size with fraps, which, you know, that's why I don't destroy my hard drive, because this is gonna be a long game, as you could probably tell from the timestamp and the fact that this is only part 1. So yeah. Thankfully though, also on the topic of quality, I have moved my mic to the middle of my desk, not the side, kind of by my mouse. And that made my mouse clicking sound really loud, actually like louder than my voice. But yeah, I think I fixed that. I used to not like having my mic in the middle of my desk because it was, well, it kind of obstructs the screen, but I think I figured something out where if I put it kind of close to the edge, it works out. But yeah. And the third thing, which I'll actually get to in a sec. Wait. Let's turn Fog of War off. I'll get to that in a second. First, let me say this game was incredibly laggy. So when you see this villager die right here, it's not my fault. It's the game's fault. Because look, she even has loom, like armor and 40 hit points and everything. It's stupid. But yeah, I even lose the second one, just like her, which is a shame. Anyways, the next topic. This has to do with another video series of mine. Now, I don't know how many of you guys who watch my Age of Empires 2 videos also enjoy my Age of Empires 1 time-lapses. I mean, they're received relatively positively, actually, which I guess means that a lot of you guys do like it. So, yeah, I'm having a problem with one of those. Basically, I need new music. Like, preferably something from a strategy title, not like a Blizzard strategy title though. I can't use Warcraft music because I don't think I'd be allowed to use thumbnails anymore, because they'd probably copyright strike my video, and that'd be a shame. That'd be a crying shame. But yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe Civ, because it's like aesthetically the same. Well, it aesthetically matches Age of Empires 1, but, you know, I don't know. So if you have any suggestions for me, please leave a comment below, and I will try to abide by those. And, yeah. As you can see, I queued up quite a few villagers right there, and that's kind of just insurance against lag. You really shouldn't do that, because that's pretty much dead food. And dead food is not good, because it's food that's not being used. Which is why you'll see the pros only train like one villager at a time from each town center, even when they're like 5 TC booming or something like that. But yeah. Anyways. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is a free-for-all, as I believe I have already said. So, well, I'll explain free-for-alls after I introduce the players. Of course, in the blue is me. I'm playing as blue because I hosted this lobby. Hell yes. But yeah, I randomed the Franks again, Yeah, I don't know, maybe the Franks just love me. I don't know, I used to love the Franks a lot more, because, you know, a lot of people kind of hate on the Franks because they're like, oh yeah, the cavalry's not as good as the Huns, and, you know, while that's true, you have to remember that the Huns were broken by the developers, like, purposely unbalanced, so that way people would play the new civilizations added in the Conquerors. So, yeah. But, anyways, moving on. To my northwest is the Red Chinese Richard Busetti. That is a lot of food right there. He's going down on those sheep. So, yeah. To his northeast is the Green Teutons, Ahmet Han. And Ahmet Han was one of the lower ranked players in this lobby. I think he might have been late 1400s, early 1500s. I don't remember for sure. I know he was on the lower side of the ELO spectrum, but anyways, unfortunately for him, he got spawned right next to well, the player in his northeast, which is actually the highest rated player in the match. He was 1713, or 1713. Orange Aztecs, his name is Exler, and yeah, he was kind of sort of the MVP of this entire game, but yeah. Anyways, to his south east is the Purple Britons, La Fin du Monde. Yeah. I don't know what the deal was, but there's actually like a lot of mirrored civs in this game, and I'm not too sure why. But moving on, we have the Grey Aztecs, Ali I-88. This guy was 1500-ish. I actually don't remember for sure. But yeah, anyways. A lot of low-ranked players. But to his southwest is a player who is 1600-ish. Average rating, actually. And he's playing as the Yellow Britons. He is Warren Hui, or Warren Hui 1. And finally, the least experienced player in this entire match, Weird Face Guy. I don't know what to call him. It's just a face, playing as the Teal Vikings. This guy was exactly 1600, so it was pretty obvious that this was his first game on Steam. Thankfully for him, it wasn't ranked, so yeah. Actually, you can't. I don't think it's possible to rank free-for-alls, but nonetheless, yeah. So, I don't know my rating. I might have been on par with Exler. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I think Exler might have been actually a little bit above his rating. He might be like me and just plays a lot of unranked or something, because, like, I don't think my ELO exactly represents my skill level, because I'm 1651, but the vast majority of my games are unranked, because, you know, I'm not too competitive. I just like playing casual games with other humans, you know. But yeah, so I'm probably closer to 1700, I'd say, than 1600. So yeah. So the ELO doesn't tell the full story, and yeah. I think La Fin du Monde is also a similar skill level to me, even though his ELO was like 30 points lower than me. I don't remember. It was something like that. But yeah, him and I were similar skill level. Or maybe it was just because he had a lot of kills, as he explained later in the game. I don't know. We'll never know. And as I already said, yellow was roughly 1600. And pretty much everyone else except Exler was lower ranked. So, yeah. Let me take a drink of water. Wow. Alright. Ah, precious, precious sip of water. So, free-for-all. What do we do on free-for-all? Well, as you can see from Exler, Warren Hui, and I, you're supposed to fast castle. Now, why do you fast castle on free-for-all? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. Flushing, or feudal age rushing, really only accommodates for one player, because if you were to take out 2 players with a feudal age rush, that'd be so many resources down the drain that you probably wouldn't even be able to go to castle age. So, yeah. So basically, for example, let's say I flushed red right here. Well, I could only accommodate for flushing red. If I were to flush teal, as I already said, I would probably never be able to go to castle age, and if I did, it'd probably be at like 30 minutes. So, basically, flushing kind of also puts me at a technological disadvantage because it does inhibit your castle age no matter what. So, if I were flushing, then teal could come in with his castle age units if he was just allowed to boom the whole time and completely decimate me, and that's not ideal. So you want to fast castle so that way you're never at a technological disadvantage and all of that jazz. Now I didn't wall up, but I kind of expected that everyone just knew not to well, that everyone knew not to flush, so I'm willing to go undefended right here. Also, I was well aware that I was by 2 of the lower ranked players. This guy was 1590s, something like that. So I wasn't too worried about it. Especially since I have cheaper castles too. I could just stick one of those up, bam. But yeah. So that's that. Now, free-for-alls also tend to balance themselves. So, while there's a lot of, like, lower-ranked players in here, and several averages, and then one higher-ranked, well, one higher-ranked for sure, I don't want to, like, gloat or anything, but maybe I am one of the higher-ranked players? I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So, trying to night rush right there. But basically, you're probably asking, how does a free-for-all balance itself out? Well, free-for-all is interesting because no one is on a team with anybody, and you know, there's higher ranked people, and sometimes they'll take out one person or almost take them out, and then that one person might ask for help, and whoa, I lost all those knights. Darn. Aw, dang. One guy almost made it out. Anyways, so they call for other players to help, and sometimes other players will help because they'll recognize the threat. Like, everyone knows that Exler right there is kind of gonna have to be the victim of a team up because, well, typically everyone will attack them because they want to make sure that they don't get attacked by them. So sometimes, even if it's not like a coordinated team up, it ends up being a team up. And that's kind of how it balances itself out, because the lower ranked players, Teal, he wasn't even attacked the whole time he was in the game. I mean, I was gonna attack him, but then I backed out because he was like, oh, don't be that guy. You'll actually see in a second. Just pay attention to the chat. Because the lower ranked players aren't as big a threat, and people want to take out the biggest threats first. So it's really fun because it does balance itself out. So that's all I really have to say about free-for-alls. Nothing too interesting going on. No attacks or anything. Unless we're gonna see anything from Orange. Orange was rather aggressive this game. And yeah, he said, "Come on, don't be like that." And I was like, okay. You know, I don't want to completely destroy Scrublets, because, you know, everyone has to start somewhere, and I think I say that to him. Or maybe that's later on. But anyways, yeah, nothing too interesting going on. Yellow is just being allowed to boom, and you'll see that that kind of stays the same for the whole game. Gray on 2 TC boom. Well, not really a boom if it's only 2 TCs. But yeah. Purple on a 3 TC boom. He doesn't have a lot of farms though, so I'm not sure how he's getting a lot of villagers. And he needs to rebuild that lumber camp right there. Maybe not even like close to right here. He could just build it like right here and start taking this wood. And then the villagers over here could take that one. I don't know. His economy's rather inefficient in that way. But, yeah. He also has some idols right there. But that's not too bad. Oh man, Orange wasn't paying attention to his wood either. Whoa. Oh, nope, he is. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's got quite the navy going. He went for that fish boom, probably because he knows that Rivers is a map. No, I knew that Rivers was a map, I just hadn't played it. And I kind of just assumed you would be stuck on land, and I knew that players would take each other out on water, but just for the scant fish in the water. And I didn't think the scant fish was enough, because look at this, I have 3 hunts, I'm getting shorefish right now. Well, I had 3 hunts. There was a hunt right there, hunt right there, hunt right here. So that is 3. Well, minus 2 of course. Anyways, yeah. So, green right here. Going off 1 TC. Kind of ballsy right there, because, well, you know, producing villagers from 1 TC is nowhere near as efficient from just 2 TCs. Because if you had 2 TCs, at least you would have doubled your villager production efficiency. But with 1 TC, you can only make like 1 villager every 25 seconds if you're keeping up on that food game. But red going for a nice 3 TC boom. Pretty good one actually. He's going really heavy into gold. Probably because he wants to get Chuko Nu out. And that also explains why he's going heavy into wood too. And he's got a relic. Darn. Ah, wish I knew that. But yeah. So, I'm creating my army and stuff off of my 3 TC boom, and I'm going kind of heavy into stone, because look at this, I can make like 4 castles right there. Or not 4 castles. Well, almost 4 castles. We're almost there. 3 castles. But yeah. So, unfortunately, this island of mine on Rivers is so small that I only have enough room for like 2 forward barracks and 2 archery ranges and 1 stable and a siege works right there. And that's probably why I didn't get red out sooner. But anyways, yeah, things are gonna get intense soon. And nothing really happening. Nice castle from Amit right there. He knows that Orange is kind of a powerhouse in this game, and he wants to keep himself from dying. Building a siege works. It's like he's gonna attack, but yeah, I don't know. Could he hold that off? Like this weapon of mass production right here. I don't know. Yeah. So, I didn't go for my fish, but now that I think about it, maybe I kind of made up for it by playing as the Franks, because I get my free farm upgrades, which basically, when something in this game is free, it's like once you enter the age that thing could be researched in, you just earn it automatically. Like, you don't actually have to research it. And that's what they should do for cartography, right as you enter feudal age. Because I don't like having to click on cartography, even though costs nothing in the Forgotten. Speaking of which, this was a Forgotten game. No one no one got Forgotten civs. I like playing Forgotten games, but I was kind of worried about this one. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so not too much happened, but Ali-88 wasn't able to hold this off. He still had a lot of villagers left, but he just couldn't. He couldn't fight that. So purple is just gonna take his island. And yeah, that's kind of why you have to be prepared. You gotta have defenses at the ready. He did have castles, but he didn't have any fast units that could take out these trebs before they died. So, yeah. Anyways, do we see anything around here? Nothing too interesting. I believe I start my invasion of red soon. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, my free techs for farms at the mill, free horse collar, free hand cart, and let me check something. I believe crop rotation. Yes. Okay, so Franks do get crop rotation, which is nice. So all of those free things give me OP farms, like 300 food on that. And as long as I go heavy into farms, I don't think it really matters that I don't have fish. Also considering the fact that Rivers isn't a primarily water map. Like, you'll see all the big invasions happen on land before water. And this is where my invasion starts. And got rams, kind of just absorbing the arrow fire. But yeah. And oh, do I go in? No, I don't. Okay, yeah, I send my halbs forward, and this is kind of where I failed strategically or tactically. I sent my halbs in to combat his halbs because, of course, melee units deal all sorts of damage to rams, and this is where I screwed up. I sent my rams in because I saw his Chuko Nu, and rams, of course, are great at taking out or taking arrow fire. So there we go. I just lost 3 rams right there, just because I thought he pulled his halbs back too far. So big mistake by me. That's like 600 gold down the drain, which is a shame. But right here we have all sorts of siege rams from orange coming in, and he is about to take out green. And from the looks of things, red will be sandwiched. So, yeah. And sieging right there. And as we can see, Ahmet Han resigned, and red has some docks up. And I saw him putting these up, and I wish I did something about it. Like, seriously. Because, well, you'll see in a minute. Actually, you probably see right now. He's making galleons. I didn't even know the Chinese had galleons. But I guess they do. Like, I understand they have cannon galleons, but I don't know. And sniping ships with my trebs. Now, at first I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this because when you're playing against the AI always just, like, dodges your treb shots. And so, I don't know. For some reason I just let this one die. Oh well. Oh, nice snipe there. And then I pack them back up. Okay, good. A lot of skirms, because skirms not only have a bonus against halbs, but also against Chuko Nu right here, which are archers. So, I kind of wish I made more skirms than I did, because then I'd be able to take him out hella easy. But my army composition wasn't top notch right there, and I believe I did lose a treb right there. And there we go. Look at this, he's destroying my base with all of his fancy cannons and whatnot. And there's not much I could do about that. Well, until later. You'll see. I'm building suspense. But yeah. So taking out his Chuko Nu like a boss. Nothing too interesting happening. Let's just speed through this. Does anything happen here? Okay. Let's check in a second. Orange taking out the rest of green's base. Made it pretty deep into red's base right there, but I kind of have to take it back a little bit. And one help managed to take out both of my rams. I didn't even know that was possible. But oh well. Now, what are we seeing right here? Nothing too interesting happening, except I'm losing my entire base to cannon galleons. But I kind of just shrugged it off. Thankfully, my main base is kind of out of range. I mean, he'd have to bring them real close, and to do that, he has to destroy this castle. So this castle is like my last chance. But yeah. Fun fact, this was the game you did actually see in my channel trailer. And some combat happening right here. Mass Longbowmen by Purple. And I understand that's addictive, but like, Orange anticipated this, and that's why he created siege rams, because they just absorb arrow fire, while his skirms could come in and take out the archers. And the gate's going down, and that ram may not live, but it's done its job. It's taken out some arrow fire. The wall is down, and everything's gonna happen. And as you can see, I'm losing my freaking archery ranges, my like other ones, built in a place where it's actually spacious. And yeah, now Purple is pushing in. It appears that Orange has lost his main army, but look at this, so many skirms on the way. So yeah, and also he's paying too much attention to the houses right here. He should be trying to focus down these skirms, because I believe he outranges them by a lot. So he could just pull back and kill everything before it even reaches him. But unfortunately, he's spending too much time on the houses. Also, I don't understand why he's going arbalests and longbowmen, considering they're both really good. Like 11 range on an arbalest compared to 12 range on a longbowman. A little bit worse attack. They're slightly worse in stats, but he essentially paid for double upgrades on the same units. Like, they're basically the same units, so I don't know. But what's this right here? Oh no, I'm getting out fire ships. Yes, you heard me right. There we go. Still repairing the same castle. I've been doing that the whole time. Now, I don't really care about my stone, because as the Franks, stone doesn't really matter. At least in terms of castles, because the castles are so cheap that, well, not really cheap, because I guess cheap kind of implies bad quality. And also the Franks get full, well, almost full, university and castle techs that make them beefier. So yeah. But, yeah, they're inexpensive. So, it doesn't cost a lot to rebuild. Now this is where I lucked out. If I didn't catch this right here, or if I didn't make these fire ships, or if he caught this and destroyed my fire ships, I probably would have lost. But I've already destroyed so many of his ships that doesn't even matter anymore. And of course, in the ship triad, fire ships beat galleys of all sorts, and demo ships are supposed to beat fire ships, but, well, it's been unbalanced for a while. So pretty much galleys rule the game, but if you want a quick fix for galleys, just make fire ships. Sure, their range is short, but they burn through these things. Quite literally. Combat's still going on over here. Cavalry coming in from Purple. And this is where I kind of feel bad for Orange, because he doesn't have cavalry. He has no good counters to a lot of stuff. If he's being attacked by archers, he has to go heavy gold into siege units. He has to make rams to absorb the fire and onagers to actually kill them. I suppose he could go eagle warriors and whatnot, because they're fast and they have nice pierce armor. But hey, that might not work, especially in mass like this. And he kind of has to defend on the fly right here. So, yeah. Nice forward from Purple though, and well, he's probably going to get pushed back now, because while he does have champions taking out the trebs and whatnot, he can't take out all these siege rams. He might take out some, but he can't do it all. And if he can get these barracks down, or barrackses, or barracks, I don't know, then Purple's invasion is pretty much screwed right there. I've won the water, of course, over here, as you already saw. And now I'm training my super trash army to finish off Red. Actually, no, Red has been finished off. And that's kind of my problem with lower ranked players in matches. They always resign way too early. If not too early, they bad manner and resign like down to the villager. And pretty much when you should resign is, while it's up to you, you should always resign if there's like no way you can recover. Like if you got rushed and you can't rush back and you lost like 10 villagers in feudal age, or not 10 villagers, but like maybe 15 or something, then you gotta call it quits. But if you lose like 3 villagers and you have enough money to get like some spearmen out to kill scouts that are rushing you or something, then like you can still stay in the game. It's totally fine. So this guy kind of just gave up, and that's kind of sad. So now I'm building a forward castle to express my grief. And now the fight has been taken to Purple's base, and Orange is about to have 2 islands all to himself. And as you can see from all the leaves, like the texture from the scenario editor called leaves, and it's under trees and forests and whatnot, there's pretty much no wood left on this island. There's a few trees left right here and whatnot. Purple's asking for help, and then I ask where Orange is at, and then he asks if I have a dock, so I respond to that. But I didn't see that he wanted to trade, but yeah, I didn't really want to trade. Also, I know what Orange is saying right here, by the way. Like, I know it's cheaty to trade, I just was like seeing if he was asking if I had a dock, and that was it. But yeah. I think I explained that I trade with my dead foes, which I should have done here, and I don't know why I didn't. But I don't know, that'd be pretty good gold influx. Nonetheless, yeah. Super back and forth battle right here. Sometimes it's on Orange's side, sometimes it's on Purple's side. Purple's putting up a nice defense, but ultimately it's not going to win him the day. These pikemen right here, while the Aztecs only get pikemen, you have to remember, these pretty much have better stats than halberdiers, at least in terms of attack. Their HP isn't quite on par with the halberdiers, but yes, see, they're like 5 HP under. But these guys get, with all their upgrades, including Garland Dwarves, they get 12 attack, while the halberdier only gets 10. So they deal out more damage, and they only have 5 HP less. So Aztecs have really nice spears, but ultimately a little bit outclassed. Now, I think we could all agree, though, that if they had halberdiers, they'd be completely broken. But I don't know. This was kind of silly. I kind of sacrificed too many guys here trying to take out this castle and gate. And yeah. So nothing too interesting going on except Purple's gonna lose his base, and let's just speed through that. Someone quit. Oh yeah, Teal had to resign because he had to go. So now it's going to enter. The game's now going to enter a bloody stalemate for the rest of the game. I don't even know what Yellow's doing. He has like an execution pit in like 2 places for his villagers, I guess, so that way he has more room for an army. I don't know. He was like booming the whole game, and now he just has like a massive army. He's playing this really Michi style. Like, he's going full villagers, then he's gonna make a huge army and just delete all his villagers. And, you know, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Maybe it worked. I don't know. I left the game. And you'll see in a second. Well, not a second. You'll see in like part 2. Unless this is part 2. I don't know. I don't even know when I cut these things. I just know that I cut them at some point. But yeah. And making it through. I made a bad flaw here. I killed that villager and it gave him the notification. And so now he's going to wall up behind it. I could have gotten through here. I really could have. But thankfully, my skirms, I do spread out. Yes, please. Spread the skirms out. Yes, there we go. So now I'm killing his villagers. Free picks right there. So not too shabby. Purple lost his island, of course. And now he's rebuilding in Gray's base. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have farms. He's just going full wood. And yeah. Orange coming out with fire ships. Don't know what he expects. Maybe he'll try and kill my fleet. I don't really have a fleet to kill anymore. Or at least an active one. And going through, we're going to see a lot of villagers come up here soon, right? Unless I killed them all. I don't know.